Today is or today is October 29th. That means that we have 64 days till the end of this decade. So my question is, like I wrote in the description here, is, are you going to live the next decade in the medium place? So if you don't know what that means, if you don't get the reference, it's from this show called The Good Place. It's one of my favorite shows. But in there's this concept about the medium place. And that is where I see a lot of dog businesses actually that I've been talking to. Hey, Leah, how are you? So the medium place is full of warm beer and pretzels, which sounds horrible, right? But so my question to you is, are you going to live the next decade of your business in the medium place with warm beer and pretzels, or are you ready to create something that you don't feel like you need a vacation from, or you don't even want to think about retirement because you don't feel like you ever have to retire? Something that totally sustains your soul like that. If your answer is number one, then you don't have to watch the rest of this. But if your answer is number two, hey, Stacy. If your answer is number two, then you're going to want to watch the rest of this, because I've been doing some 2020 planning with some of you guys for next year. 2020, I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud. But there's something across the board, which is why I want to jump on with you guys, that I've been seeing, like literally every single one of you guys. The reason why you think you're calling me is to, I call hashtag nail your niche. And niche is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about it. I teach it. I love niching. It's changed my business. But a lot of the times you're putting the cart in front of the horse. You're putting the off leash before the on leash can never even get there. So before you hashtag nail your niche, you have to hashtag nail yourself. That sounds awesome, doesn't it? So if you don't know who I am, my name is Christy Malt. I'm a dog business coach. And basically what I've been doing is, my mission is to get people out of this 50-year-old business model that's been handed down that doesn't work anymore. Like, the market changed 7 years ago. At least the dog market changed 7 years ago. And that's why I think people are kind of jumping ship out of the industry, and I take that ship personally. So it's my mission to help you stay in your business, but to also fall in love with your business and align with your business. So let's talk about hashtag nailing yourself. It's so important, and not a lot of people are teaching it. Not a lot of people are concerned about it. But if you miss this, your niche doesn't really mean anything. Your niche is going to fail you if you're not on board with this concept first of you first. Who are you? What do you want? You have to stay, especially in the dog business. Like I said, in the past 7 years, it's changed so much, and it changes like exponentially every year. So if you're not staying on the cutting edge of your evolution and what you want to do, how you want to scale, if you're not feeling aligned with your business, if you're not feeling aligned with your programs, with your pricing, with your people, a lot of that is because you haven't taken the time to hashtag nail yourself. So I'm going to go over 5 of the big things that I work with my clients. There's actually 10 of them, but I'm going to go over 5 of them with you because people pay me for it. So get out your pens, get out your papers, and let's get some work done. The first question, now I need you guys to be totally honest with yourself here, because there's no wrong answers. But if you're doing something because somebody told you should, that's the quickest way to burn out that I found. And I found lots of ways to burn out. I've also found lots of ways to get out of burnout. So number one, the first thing I want you to think of is, what do you enjoy doing? And it seems so simple, but so many people just go along with like, I need to be working with aggressive dogs. And this goes for trainers and walkers alike. I need to be working with aggressive dogs in order to make a lot of money. And that's the biggest falsity of the industry. You know, if you don't enjoy aggression, then why would you be working with them all day? If you more enjoy, let's say you're totally passionate with like puppy development, but you're stuck working aggression all the day. Maybe it's because you can, maybe it's because people think that that's what you do and that's what they'll pay you for. Either way, if those two things aren't aligned, then you're going to get burnt out in your business way faster than you need to, and you're not going to jump out of bed. I don't know if you guys remember, like I've worked with dogs for about 20 years, but there was a long time in the beginning of my business that I was jumping out of bed every day excited, and then that got boring. So, and it was when I was working with dogs that I didn't really want to work with. You know, puppy development's always been a passion of mine. But so if I'm stuck working with aggression all day or adolescent dogs all day, it doesn't light me on fire. And that cost me way more than someone could ever pay me. So if that stuff is not aligned with you, you need to get on board with that. And there's no wrong answer. If you like, I also love working with fear. So be honest with yourself there. You don't have to stick with one or the other. However you evolve in that is just how you evolve, and it's all okay. So the second thing I want you to think about, and this is a big one, is how you market. How do you like to market yourself? There's so much information online right now saying that you need to do this, you should be doing that, blah, 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 blah. But if you don't like working with social media, if that terrifies you, or if that just, you can't even like log on to Instagram, then you shouldn't be marketing yourself there, because people know, and that's why I'm saying the market's changing so fast. People know when you're not aligned because it doesn't feel right. I like social. So obviously, you know, I like doing lives. So here I am. If I hated doing lives, my energy would come across differently. So you have to go with how you like to market yourself. Do you like doing in-person marketing, like maybe network marketing? Face-to-face is kind of your thing. That's where you shine. That's what you should be doing. Stop trying to force yourself to do something else because someone else told you that you should do it. Because what you like to do is probably what you're going to do best. For me, how I love to do business is referral marketing for my dog stuff. Referral marketing, I've actually made, I am in the off the leash. I had to check what group I was in. So there is a freebie in the file over here about how I did that. The referral marketing itself, it's my favorite way to do a dog business. So I didn't even learn the social stuff until I wanted to start to transition in my business. So you don't need, and it's ironic that you're watching this on social media, isn't it? So those are the first two. So if you are on the Canine Professor page watching this and you want to hear the rest of this, go over to the Off the Leash group and join in there. That's where you're going to find the rest of the information. That's where you can ask me questions here or whatever. So the number three thing that you have to really think about is how you want to deliver your service. So if you, and this was me, if you hate board and trains, don't do board and trains. There's a million other ways that you can run your business. If you don't like doing one-on-ones and you prefer groups, then do that. The thing is, like, a strategy to all of these, and the strategies are a little bit different, but you have to know which one you enjoy first in order to make the most out of that strategy. Because once we get into niche, if your niche enjoys board and trains but you don't, once again, it's not aligning. I'm trying to get you guys in a cohesive alignment with your business and how your business can work best for you. So don't fool yourself here. Board and trains, groups, day training, for dog walking. I mean, do you prefer the $15 walks, or do you want to do something more with those clients? The option's yours. You just have to be honest with yourself and where you can put your energy. like I said, there's no wrong answers here. So number 4 was really a game changer for me when I gave myself permission for this to be okay. And the question I had to ask myself is how I wanted my days to look. Did I want to be driving around to people's houses all the time? Nope. I did at one point, but not anymore. I've always kind of ran my business as the weekends are mine, period. So I can, like in my 20-year career, a handful of weekends that I've worked, and those were my choice, but it's just not my jam, though. That's my time to recoup. Some people prefer to work only on weekends because that's when more people are available. Totally up to you. But if you're working evenings every day and hating it, your clients are suffering, you're suffering, it's not worth it. And it's got to be okay. Once again, going back to strategy. And the last thing that I want to share with you guys that totally changed my business and the way that I brought in people and who I brought in, niching, is what cool shit what cool shit was I already doing that I wanted to do with my clients. So one of my clients, she's a dog walker. She likes to hike. That's like, she could hike all day. We have a whole business now around her hiking. So she's loving it and she's making a lot of money doing it. For me, it was like, I enjoy kayaking. I do it with my clients. I enjoy camping. I do that with my clients. We do trail safety and all this kind of fun stuff. I enjoy going to see live music. I do that with my clients as well. So you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you're not incorporating what you like to do already, because the people that you bring in are going to like the same things. So the lifetime value of your client has increased tenfold when you figure this stuff out and start implementing the strategies and the tools to bring those people into your orbit and then serve those people only. Like I said, it's changed my business. It's changed the people I work with are doing like cool shit with their clients too. And they're happy about it again. They don't feel like they need to go back to a 9-to-5, which sounds horrible to me. So those are the 5 things that I want you guys to think about before we even think about niching, before we even talk about that, which I'll get into it next week more, because it is important, like I said. But if this stuff isn't worked out, if you haven't done this inner work with your business yet, I know some things about you. You're probably burnt out. You're probably starting to get resentful of your clients, which is a horrible place to be. Resenting the people that are paying you is not a good mental space to be in. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if any of these things kind of resonated with you, or if you haven't thought about these things before, because I will put them together for you. I'll also come back and answer questions in the group only. So it's only after you figure this stuff out that we can like #nail your niche. And it's so important that I won't even talk about niche until people can answer these. There's, like I said, there's 10 questions, but it's kind of just, it's like a relationship. Like, if you don't know who you are and what you want and what your needs are, that other thing, that other person, that other business cannot give it to you. And you're going to be miserable all over again. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, let me know if any of this resonated with you guys, and I will be in here. Like I said, next week I'll talk about niche, but I'll be in here answering questions. All right, bye guys.